So apparently, Meghan has disappeared and she has vanished into thin air. So I saw some articles about that this morning. And so I just Googled why has Meghan disappeared? Because I wasn't aware that Meghan had disappeared. I mean, my sense was that Meghan is, quietly living her life. She has two children. She's a mom. She's had a very, very busy past 5 years, nonstop. It's just nonstop activity, action, this, that, and the next. And I felt like if I were in her place, I would need like a little time out myself. And in fact, I have advocated for her to take a little sabbatical and just and quietly just go about her life. And I was so gratified. How can I get this thing here to be removed? It drives me bleeping nuts. You have no idea. All these pop-ups. You want to drive me crazy. You flood me with these pop-ups. Like, what is this? Um, so anyway, so I'm looking at the Telegraph. Is this a Telegraph? Yeah, this is a Telegraph, which is a UK paper. I don't know if it's one of the troublesome papers, but I have no idea which papers are bad and which ones are good. In the UK, they seem to all be part of this sort of casserole, of like, oh my God, what happened to these people? I think it might be in the water. Something they're all having, in common, whether it's the water or it could be the soil also, maybe something they're eating from the soil. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. But I mean, I say that with all due respect. How do I get this thing off? Please go away. I want you to get off. You're blocking. Oh my God. Okay, this drives me crazy. Okay, so why has Meghan vanished into thin air? I'm trying to. I can't. Okay, so that was 3 days ago. No, that was about 5 days ago. So apparently Meghan has vanished into thin air. So as I was saying, is that, I've always advocated for Meghan to take a little sabbatical. I think she needs it. I think in her place, I would need it. Look at this property. It just, every time I speak about Meghan and Harry, it comes up because I always thought it was a beautiful home for Meghan and Harry. But at this point, given what that French journalist did, flying to Montecito to harass these children, I would say maybe this is not a good idea because he won't have to fly. He'll just drive up, you see, and not just him, other people. And it will be awful for my two little ones. So never mind. I'm sorry I even brought it up. I didn't realize that it is a beautiful house. It is a beautiful house. It's like mouth-wateringly beautiful. Look at that. In the middle of like of November, December, now maybe December, January. Oh my God, so beautiful. Oh my God, look at this house. Everybody, look at this house. How has that house not been sold? It's just crazy. So in another post, I had advocated for them to buy this house if you're new here, okay? But I take it back. I think it's a bad idea because, in the post I did just before this one, where you have French journalists flying to Montecito to harass them, maybe just stay in Montecito. Maybe you have more protection there. Okay, now, so Meghan has apparently disappeared. Um, There was a time not so long ago when the only way you could avoid the Duchess of Sussex was to turn off your radio and TV and cancel the newspapers. Okay, so she's disappeared and you're still talking about her, though, Telegraph UK. You don't have to turn off your TV or cancel your newspapers. She's gone and you're still making her the story. So is she the problem? Or perhaps the problem is somebody else, like y'all, right? Is y'all the problem or is she the problem, right? I'm just asking. It's just a theoretical question, right? It's rhetorical, right? Who really is the problem here? Um, Even when Prince Harry was plugging solo projects, such as his mental health documentary on Apple TV, the Duchess could not resist popping her head into camera shot for another cameo appearance because Meghan basically has to be under house arrest. You see, if she even goes to the supermarket, she will be attacked because she wants a photo op. So they've put her on the house arrest. And so basically she's been staying put, she's been staying put because I mean her house is really beautiful. It's a nice place to be on a house arrest. So she stays home and she takes care of her garden, she takes care of her children. But it's still not enough for these people. It's like I said, it's death and destruction. This is a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy. I'm convinced now. I'm not like even kidding about it. I believe that they're in an active conspiracy to bring this girl down, bring her to her knees, drive her crazy, make her scream. I don't know. So the Telegraph. So according to the Telegraph, the reason that she's disappeared, the answer, it seems, can be summed up in 3 words: planning, parenting, and regrouping. Parenting is part of the reason the Duchess decided not to come to the coronation. Friends have said, as it falls on the same day as Prince Archie's 4th birthday. What a coincidence that even happened in the first place, right? Okay, Daily Express. Meghan Markle planning and regrouping after vanishing. Okay, so they all sort of parrot each other in the UK, don't they? Okay. News.com.australia. Mystery of why Meghan Markle has gone missing. Oh, this was back in January. Oh, okay. So since January she went missing. Oh, okay. Why did Meghan Markle disappear? Oh, okay. So according to fascinate.com, one of the reasons why Meghan may have disappeared from the public eye may have to do with the ongoing feud between Prince Harry and his brother William. Oh, okay. Good to know that. Fascinate. Is it fascinate? What is that word? Factinate. Ah, that's factinate, not fascinate. Twitter, 7 days ago. Why has Meghan vanished into thin air? Why has Meghan vanished? News that she won't be at the coronation is the latest example. Oh, Meghan, I am loving it, my darling. You just stay put. And you know what I think? To be honest with you, my dear little sister, and maybe you can't even do it because you're what do you call it, you're a Leo, so you guys do like to be in the center of things, but I would just, girl. But it's easy for me. I have a different personality and a different life, but I would retreat permanently. I would just be done. Like, I just wouldn't do this to myself. I wouldn't do it to my children, and I wouldn't do it to my husband, and I wouldn't do it to my marriage anymore. I would just disappear permanently. There's so many people in Hollywood who were very famous, and who've just disappeared. I mean, where is Heather Locklear, for example? Or I'm sure she's still somewhere in Los Angeles. Or who else used to be really, really front and center? I mean, I can't think off the top of my head. I would have to sit down and really think about it. But I know there are many, many people in Hollywood who go from like almost overexposure to total and complete exile sometimes. And self-imposed exile. They just say, you know what? This is for the birds. I don't need any more of this. I've had enough of this. I've gotten what I want or need from it, and I'm done. YouTube, Meghan disappeared during spare as to not control Harry. Who's saying that? GB News. Lord have mercy. This was the 4th of February. So they're just obsessed. Meghan, I don't know if you remember back in, like, I think January or even before that, because maybe in December, because I did some videos back then, and I said to you, girl, I mean, just take a sabbatical, and they're going to lose their minds and don't come back until they're foaming in the corners of their mouths. I don't think they're foaming yet, but it's not far off. It's not far off, my darling. And you know what? Don't play any games with them. Just be done with them. Just be done with them. Just wash your hands of them. Just wash them right out of your hair, and create a different life. And you know what, Meghan? You can, because the disappearing Duchess, the Daily Mail. This was back in January, though. I wonder what they're saying about her now. I mean, look, you have enough money that you don't have to do this to yourself anymore. You pay off your mortgage, and you buy two condos, one for Archie's college and one for Lily's college. That way, if they want to go to university when they're 18, you don't have to worry about where the money is going to come from. The condominiums, income producing condominiums. You buy them right there in Los Angeles. You look at Kris Jenner, she does that a lot. She has a lot of condos in California. You get some condos, girl, and you pay off your mortgage, which you hopefully you have. You've made enough money now between Archetypes and Spare and all these other projects, and whatever else you owe Netflix and Spotify. You're gonna put third parties in those roles. Put third parties in those roles and just be the producers of these things. Be very, very passive in your income production. Produce passive income where you're home, you're sleeping, and you're still making money, always with an eye to your foundation, your charitable giving, making sure that you give your 23% or whatever you can afford, and you do that and you stay out of it, and just stay out of it. I mean, it's going to take them, I think, more than a year to get over it. They will take a while, but each time they see you, they start again. You see what I'm saying? So I know that you'll be seeing this in May, if you have two or three occasions in May, or events, I should say, that you can't help but be seen. But I would say, and so the clock will start ticking again from that point. It's like every time you're seen, it starts again. You need to be gone from their view for at least a year, if not more. Like, I would just a permanent injunction. I want a permanent injunction with this experience, because they're not worth it, Meg. They're not worth it. And you don't have to prove anything to them. You have a husband. He still has his little things he does to, put bread and butter on the table, invest well. A lot of real estate investment is very smart. Do it through your corporation. So, it's nobody's business what your business. You're a private citizen. You're allowed to invest. You're allowed to run your financial business the way you choose. You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to give anybody a financial statement. You're not running for president, and hopefully you never will. And you just keep your life away from these people. That's what I would do, Megan. That is going to save your marriage, believe it or not, and keep your children grounded and keep you sane. That's what I would do. Just a permanent injunction.